Hi there, it's Nicole here today with a card featuring beautiful floral die cuts from the Spellbinders Small Die of the Month Club for April 2018. The Small Die of the Month Club is $7.50 a month plus shipping, and for that you get awesome dies each month. This month, the April kit, which is still available as of today as I am sharing this video, is chock full of amazing floral and leaf dies to build your own flowers. So perfect for springtime. I'm going to create the base for my card first using the Spellbinders Nestabilities, scored and pierced rectangles, and a scored and pierced circle. These are also kind of newer dies just being released within the last month or so from Spellbinders, and they're going to add a great decorative touch to my background. I want the focus to be these beautiful flowers, but I also want my background to have some interest. In order to do that, I die cut my frame from some aqua cardstock. This is actually the MERMAID Lawn Fawn cardstock. And then I die cut that circle again from smooth white cardstock for a contrast. And we're going to kind of just build some flowers around here. And what I'm doing now is looking through some of my stamp sets, trying to find a greeting that's going to work. And I really played around with that a lot and ended up not using that Altenew set you just saw, but I'm going to use a different set instead. Now, all of these flowers, this is what you get in the April kit. Is that not amazing? I just think it's so incredible for $7.50. I did die cut my flowers off camera. There's lots of layering. I thought the layering really adds to the overall look of this card. And I'm going to set those aside, as well as the inside circle piece, to add even more interest to my background. I'm a big fan of tone on tone. And where everything on this card is cardstock, I just felt like I needed some sort of a pattern somewhere. So what I'm going to do is take MERMAID Lawn Fawn cardstock and MERMAID Lawn Fawn ink and use the Simon Says Stamp Good Reading background to add this awesome text background to this panel. It's kind of just a great text background that is kind of messy, which I really love. I'm a big fan of text backgrounds of all kinds, and this is one of my favorites. This is what it's going to look like as that ink dries and is absorbed into the cardstock. It's going to fade quite a bit, and so it's not going to be quite as dark as it is here. I even try to dry it just a tiny bit, but really it still adds that fantastic text style background. And I love that it's text on a colorful cardstock. Now on the white circle, I'm going to take greetings from the Simon Says Stamp and CZ Design Hello You stamp set. Starting with that large scripty hello, I'm going to stamp that with Lawn Fawn MERMAID ink. I'm using the Misty to do this so that I can stamp it a couple times to get a nice solid stamped image, because this is a pretty big bold greeting and I don't want any faint or light areas in this. And then tone on tone, I decided to stamp the second part of the sentiment, My Sweet Friend, with PEACOCK ink instead of MERMAID ink, which is slightly darker than the MERMAID ink, and it gives a great two-tone, not really two-tone, but kind of a little bit darker effect, I guess I want to say, while still not being glaringly different. I didn't stamp it with black ink or a different color. I wanted to keep it all very much in that aqua color family. We're going to go ahead and adhere the frame to a white top fold card base first. It is slightly smaller than an A2 sized card, so it's going to give that nice matted appearance. You definitely wouldn't have to die cut the circle from this panel if you didn't want to. You could simply die cut the circle from the white cardstock and adhere it on top. I wanted it to be inlaid so that that whole base was completely flat. But if you didn't die cut the circle from the background, that would just save you a step and save some cardstock. I will use that blue cardstock circle for something else. Next, we're going to start layering and building the flowers. Starting with my yellow flower. And I did tone on tone for all my flowers and then added lighter flower centers or different colored flower centers and finished with Nuvo crystal drops. The yellow flower is Sticky Note and Sunflower Lawn Fawn cardstocks. The orange flower is Fake Tan and Canned Pumpkin. The leaves are all die cut from Noble Fir. And for the leaves, the dies come with stems. And it's all one die, and you can actually die cut 5 of these with the die. They're all connected, but all the leaves are at different heights and a little bit different styles, which I think is amazing. But for this, where I wanted it to kind of frame up this circle-shaped greeting, I decided to just trim off the stems, and by tucking them underneath the flowers, you would never know that they are not just free standing leaves, and instead were just trimmed down from the stems. The little purple flower is a combination of Lawn Fawn, Sugar Plum cardstock, and Simon Says Stamp lavender cardstock. I love these two together. So there's going to be 3 flowers kind of framing up here along the bottom edge. And then at the top, we're going to have 2 flowers. And the pink flower is Ballet Slippers and Raspberry cardstock. And then I'm going to use Sticky Note and Sunflower cardstock again. My flower centers, these are all were all die cut from Cilantro Lawn Fawn cardstock for that just a little bit different color of green. And I'm going to mix and match. There's several different sizes of these. I just can't say enough about this. I think it's a fantastic value. And if you love flowers and love building your own flowers, die cutting your own flowers, these are just so much fun. Once I have all of my flowers in place, I've added the leaves, I've added the flower centers. It's time to do one additional finishing touch. This is a card that went together super fast. I think it would be incredible to make a set of thank you cards. I love having thank you cards or giving thank you cards as a gift especially, but I think these would make an amazing style of card to do assembly line style and do a bunch of them all at once. Just die cut a whole bunch of flowers, make your backgrounds, stamp your greetings, put them all together, and you would have an incredible gift to give someone. A Mother's Day card by switching up the greeting on the inside or the center would be fantastic as well. I'm finishing the card with some Nuvo crystal drops in Simply White. I'm going to add those to the flower centers, and then I'll add just a few additional drops throughout the card design. I'm going to let these sit and completely dry for 24 hours, and then my card is all finished. Thank you guys so much for joining me today for this floral card featuring the Spellbinders Small Die of the Month Club Kit for April 2018. The supplies I used to create my card are listed and linked below the video here on YouTube. Here are a couple more videos featuring past Spellbinders Small Die of the Month Club that you might be interested in. Please subscribe for weekly card making and stamping videos. Thanks for joining me today, and we'll catch you next time.